Howdy ho! Welcome back to our last day in Shanghai.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's our last day in Shanghai. We spent about almost 10 days, 2 weeks almost here.
But we have some good plans for today. Today we're gonna hit up a few parks and introduce you to an interesting phenomenon that can only be seen in Shanghai on weekends if we find it, because we're running out of time. We're actually still at our hostel. It's a pretty nice hostel. We're at the Lanshan Youth Hostel. It is a really nice hostel, super clean. I think the cleanest one we've seen in all of China.
Yeah, it is the cleanest one. And we're also here on the terrace. It's a terrace with a roof, there are plants, it's really nice.
So now we're gonna head over really quickly to People's Park. Let's go. The weather is not looking very promising. It looks like it's gonna rain. We picked the perfect day to go to the park.
Yeah, it's very grey outside. You can see some rain clouds. I can even feel like here and there
feel a few drops.
So it's starting to rain.
It's gonna be fine. Going to take a Didi because we're in a bit of a hurry.
We're now heading to People's Park, which is probably the most famous one in the city. It's really centrally located in the city. A lot of people go there to relax.
Why it's called People's Park?
That's why it's called People's Park.
Not the Rabbit's Park.
But every Saturday and Sunday afternoon, there's a special thing going on there, which we're going to check out now.
But this special thing ends at 5 p.m. It is currently like, what time is it?
3:20.
3:20, and it's starting to rain. Okay, so we made it to People's Park. It's not raining anymore. We're here to hopefully witness the Shanghai marriage market.
The marriage market is where usually parents come who have children who are a bit older already, a bit more than 30 usually, and they come to
I'm
find...
not old. You're not old either.
It's considered a bit older in China. Like when you're above 27 and you're a single woman, you are called a leftover woman. It's a bit of a derogatory term. Anyway, concerned parents come here to,
find a spouse
for their son or daughter. So the way it works is that people come here, they sit here with an umbrella, and they have their.
Oh my God! It's the perfect place to come when it's raining. It can still continue when it rains. I'm so sorry.
And they come here with a paper sheet where they write a lot of the information about the child on. And then people walk around and they can browse all these papers and they see, okay, is this a potential spouse for my child? Usually though, it's not really the parents who sit here with the paper. It's usually some kind of broker who is paid to sit here with a lot of umbrellas or with a signboard with all these things posted. And then the parents just walk around and they come to browse.
So on these papers they usually make like a small resume for their child. It includes the date of birth, so you know how old they are.
Usually the month and the year, because superstition also plays a very big role for the parents in choosing the partner. There needs to be some matches between the month and the year. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's it.
It includes how tall they are, which especially for men is seen as very important here. If you're tall, that's a really big advantage. It includes their income, their education background that they have.
For men, most importantly, is their height, the fact that they own property, and their income. Those three are the main things.
For women, it's mainly you have to be beautiful, never have been married before, and obviously age is an important factor.
Age is one of the most important factors, actually.
And most of the signs here that you see, you can also see that the age is usually someone who was born in the 80s. So we, for example, would be prime target for like a marriage market. Oh my God, and you're super tall.
Yeah, and I'm super tall. And for men, it's usually a bit older men because they're more financially stable. They have a job, they maybe have a career as well. And for women, they prefer them to be younger. So. Parents come here to find a spouse for their kids. Why? Well, because of China's one-child policy. For a lot of years, people are only allowed to have one child. And if they don't have a spouse, it means their family line will stop. So that's part of it. Also in the history of China, it used to be very common for arranged marriages to be arranged by their families. So that's also part of the culture here. So those are the main reasons why the parents come here. Generally, the children do not know that they are here.
And we were just trying to take a picture of like this umbrella that had been unguarded, let's say. There was no one standing behind. We thought, oh, that's not so sensitive. We're gonna have a look at what's on this little piece of paper right here. Maybe try to Google Translate it. And immediately some woman came up to us and was like, no. And Naick was filming something or took a picture. She wanted to see that we deleted it. So it's super sensitive and we're gonna be a bit careful about it. But it's really, it's an interesting...
She even turned it around. She even turned around the paper while we were filming.
Yeah, while we were filming, and we weren't showing the paper, the lady who guards this umbrella, who's looking for a spouse for her child, turned around a little piece of paper.
After walking around for more than half an hour, there are so many people and so many pages on this player. It's crazy, I can't imagine that. But some observations. I would say most of the papers are related to women, which is a bit surprising because in China there are more men than there are women, which is one of the side effects of China's one-child policy. A lot of times for women it's also listed what their weight is, which is really weird. Can you imagine your parents going somewhere with a paper that says, this is my daughter, she was born on this day, this is her income and this is her weight, I'm looking for a spouse. They list also a target date of birth or year of birth for the men that they are looking for. Usually it's like a range of like say 80 to 85, but sometimes was listing really specific years like 81, 83, 84, 85 and 82 was left out. Probably is due to superstition, which is quite interesting. Alright, it's gotten dark, that means pretty much the end of the marriage market. Now for our next stop, we have come to the biggest Starbucks in the world. Well, actually it's not really true. Up until 7 months ago, this was the biggest Starbucks in the world. It's 30,000 square feet. I don't know exactly how much that is in square meters. But the biggest one opened 7 months ago in Tokyo. It's 33,000 square feet, so it's slightly bigger than this one. But so up until 7 months ago, this was the biggest Starbucks in the world. We're gonna check it out. I don't know what it is exactly. I read somewhere that there's some few shops and some merchandise as well. I don't know if they have some special coffees or not, but we're gonna check it out and find out. This shop looks very impressive on the inside. It looks like there's a coffee roastery there where they're roasting the beans. In the middle you can do some sampling. Shop sells some pretty cool items. Of course they're selling some roasted coffee beans. Here they're selling at least 10-20 different kinds of beans, and they're even selling beans from China, from the Yunnan province. It's southwestern China and it's pretty famous in China, at least for its coffee. They make their own coffee here. And it's supposed to be really good.
We were afraid that it maybe was going to be like a little bit tacky, but it's actually pretty interesting. They have so many things that you will never ever see in a normal Starbucks. They have so much merchandising like clothing. You never get that in a normal Starbucks. Stuff you didn't know you needed in life until you find it. This is a Starbucks Reserve Roastery custom merch bag. And it wouldn't be Starbucks if there weren't these cup holders built into it. I have never ever seen this before in my life. It's a pretty cool idea. So if you feel the need to carry like 2 cups and make your own coffee sort of kit, a huge bag of coffee beans included, this is the bag for you. So you can even see here overhead the transportation system that they use to get the beans in and out of the roastery. It's inside these small plastic tubes that have like individual compartments that I think one compartment is like 1 bag of beans, coffee beans.
There's at least 50 different kind of coffees in here, 10 different types of beans, and then you have all these like special creations. What are you going to take?
I'm going to take this one, the smoked butterscotch latte, because it says that it is one of the barista favorites.
I'm going to take the Chinese coffee with beans made from the Yunnan province. Yeah.
Sounds like a good choice to me. Special coffee delivery.
It is very smooth. For me the coffee is like really light. It's not that strong. I don't know, I'm not a big fan, to be honest.
And then this is a smoked butterscotch latte. Butterscotch, in case you don't know it, I didn't, is melted butter combined with brown sugar. And then somehow they smoke it and infuse it into the coffee. A little bit of latte. I'm gonna give it a go. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's so nice. I love this. Oh, but you're not gonna like it. It doesn't really taste like coffee. It's really sweet. I like it, but oh, it's a nice flavor. It's a tiny little bit smoked. By the way, we apologize for the noise. It is a lot of things in here. It's cool to see and it's something very unique, but it is not quiet. It's not even like, even by Chinese standards, this is very noisy because the roastery is right over there. And by the way, the tubes I just showed you, the tubes that run through the ceiling or across the ceiling, they actually end in these, well, I don't know, the thing they actually end right here in the thing that holds the coffee beans, where they made the coffee from. So I think that is like straight from the roastery through the tubes. It comes into these small little silos right here. That is pretty cool. Keeps them fresh, I guess. Keeps the coffee flavor in there.
Alright, we made it back into our hostel. It was a good adventure today, seeing the marriage market. And
Really interesting.
And surprisingly, also the Starbucks was very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it was the biggest Starbucks in the world, so I just thought, well, yeah, it will be a big Starbucks, but it was actually pretty interesting. So we really enjoyed it. Fortunately, this is our last night in Shanghai. Good God. We have been postponing this for a while. Originally, we had booked, I don't know, until
You were
5
gonna-
or 6 days
You
ago.
were gonna
and
stay
then
5 days and we ended up staying like 10 or
Yeah,
something.
we really love it here. It's too bad we have to leave a bit because we have to leave the country.
You have to
and
leave a bit? You have to leave a lot?
It's a bit sad, sorry.
Okay.
It's a bit sad that we have to leave.
If you like this video, please leave a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can follow the rest of our travels, and we hope to see you very soon. Bye bye, good night. Is he looking for a wife?